words are stated, really emphasize on that. I mean, they up in there, Saul up in the wilderness, and y'all ain't with him. Y'all was with David, but y'all ain't with Saul. And the Philistines slew Jonathan. Oh, poor Jonathan, man. But that's the thing.
David's boy.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. When a ruler is prideful, he'll destroy everything underneath it. And it's no higher than the king. So when Solomon, just like the 3,000 guys, the army, the fierce man of Zion, they was looking to kill David on his prideful orders. You know what I'm saying? So that sin is just trickling down. Slew Jonathan and Abinadab and Malchishua and Saul's sons. And the battle went sore against Saul. Now look at this. You got to understand the process of this. Saul loved his sons. What did y'all in order taken away from you? He just killed your sons in front of you. See that pride leaving? A king's sons are being slaughtered, and he can't do nothing away from pride go before destruction. Now the humility is starting to sit in with Saul. And the battle went sore against Saul, and the archers hit him. Woo! And he was sore wounded of the archers. And just like what that movie of Scarface, a lot of people like to quote. I'm on top of the world, you know what I'm saying? You want to mess with me? Man, at the end of Scarface, man, he was begging for his life, you know what I'm saying? Like, pride go before destruction. Then said Saul unto his armor bearer, draw thy sword and thrust me through therewith, lest these uncircumcised that's right, come and thrust me through and abuse me. Now what is this 4 and 1? 4 and 1. Torture. Saul's like, man, I don't want to be tortured. And the Philistines, man, they was probably into homosexual stuff, man. If Benjamin up in there raping people, you don't think the Philistines up in the boy, they would have probably made Saul a sex, until he, trying to bang his head against the wall and kill himself, you know what I'm saying? You get in the hands of the wicked, you in bad shape, man. You in bad shape.
That's like Blood and Bone.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, he was tough all the way up until the end. After that guy cut his hand off.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And he went to jail. Mm-hmm. And them boys got him. He had them boys killed. He had them boys kill somebody else, and then he went to jail.
And that pride go for destruction, being destroyed. But his armor bearer would not, for he was sore afraid. Therefore Saul took a sword and fell on him. He's like, man, the armor. See the retardation coming in. You telling somebody, man, kill me. What's wrong with you? The law say thou should not kill, and we in a war with you. This ain't like you Yah's anointed. The army. Well, still unto that day,
they didn't know.
You know what I'm saying?
His army didn't know.
Who?
Saul's army.
But the armor bearer, he was like, nah. And then the madness continues, man. The destruction. He killed himself. Committed suicide. They was coming to die anyway, but kill him anyway. But it's I don't know where Saul stands. I don't know where he stands. You know what I'm saying? I know where David stands. He kingdom bound, but Saul, I don't know. Verse 5. And when his armor bearer saw that Saul was dead, he fell likewise upon his sword and died with him. And you see that especially people in positions of power and role model, because of his pride, he's setting a bad example, and now other people, what the armor bearer did? Okay, let me die for what? But you're setting the bad example. Pride is setting a bad example. So Saul died, and his 3 sons, and his armor bearer, and all his men, and that same day together. So look at that. All those, I don't know how many people was with him on that day, on that particular day, but they died with him because of his pride. And when the men of Israel that were on the other side of the valley, and they that were on the other side of Jordan, saw that the man of Israel fled, and that Saul and his sons were dead, they forsook the cities and fled, and the Philistines came and dwelt in them. Now look at this, man. Where does all this start from? Because Saul is tripping about, I don't want to pass the power over potentially. And look at this. The Philistines up in there raping the land. And it came to pass on the morrow, when the Philistines came to stir up the slain, that they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen in the mount of Gilboa. And they cut off his head and stripped off his armor, and sent into the land of the Philistines round about to publish it. This was like a newspaper back then, you know, in the house of their idols and among the people. And they put his armor in the house of Ashtaroth, the queen of heaven, Satan type stuff, and they fastened his body to the wall of Bethshin. And when the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead heard of that which the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose and went all night and took the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons from the wall of Bethshan, and came to Jabesh and burnt them there. They took their bones and buried them under a tree at Jabesh, and fasted 7 days. So, that was just a lesson about pride, and pride go before destruction. It's a top sin that the Most High hates. It's a sin that got Satan. The whole issue started with Satan too. This ain't no new story. Why you rude, y'all? Like, the pride set in, and all hell broke out, literally. But that was just a lesson about pride and the issues that come with pride, and how pride lifts you up just to destroy you. So, always check this pride. In David's early years, he dealt wisely. He didn't rile up spirits unnecessarily. He was wise and moved in wisdom. So that's the lesson